Hi, I'm Big D and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to show you how to trade $100 up to over $2,000 in a month. So let's get started. So you're going to need a Binance Futures account. If you don't have a Binance Futures account, down in the description I will have a referral code. Use that and both of us will get a 10% fee. It's very handy. So what you're going to need then is to put some USDT onto that account, and then we're going to be able to trade USDSM futures. When you hit trade now, something like this will pop up. So you'll have your order book, you'll have your graph, you'll have BTC, USDT. That's what we're going to be trading because that's what you have on account. Right, so in order to start trading, we're going to be looking to scalp here. And we're going to be trying to get 3 to 4 trades done in a day. And what we're going to try to do is 3 to 4 trades every day for a month will equate to about 100 trades. I'll explain that a little bit more later on, and I'll show you how it will work out. So what we're going to need is a couple of things to tell us when to trade. So we're going to need indicators. Now you can search up here, you'll have technical indicators. There's lots and lots and lots. Usually you kind of see newer guys and they use too many indicators. There's lines and graphs and zigzags all over the page, but realistically stick with something nice and simple that gives you enough indicators that you can actually start trading, that you're getting definitive signals, and just start from there. If you need more indicators later on or you want to try different strategies, that's fine, but the best thing to do is have a simple strategy that works. So what I'm using is EMAs. These are exponential moving averages. So these are just moving averages. You can see the 3 lines here, but it puts more weight towards the closer moving averages. So it gives us a more accurate line to what we're seeing right here now. So I have a 20, a 50 and 100. So we're in the 5 minutes. So each of these candles is 5 minutes. And then each of these lines, so we have 20, so that's 25 minutes is our yellow. So that's going to be followed pretty close towards the actual graph. Then we have a 50, which is our red, which is slightly smoother. And then we have 100, which is our blue, which is even smoother again. So you can see it there. There's 100, 50, 20. And then what we're going to use with the EMAs is our stock RSI. So I have drawn a line up here that it's marked at the 80, and I have a line marked here at the 20. So when this stock RSI is above the 80, it's considered oversold. So potentially a shorting position, so you'll be able to sell short. And when it's under the 20, it's potentially a buying or a long opportunity. So what we're going to look at here is this little bit here for the moment, okay? So if we're going to look to scalp this, we're going to set up a trade. So what do we need to see? So we can see the candlesticks, they're kind of in a mini uptrend from this mini dip here. And then we can see the moving averages, so there's the 20, the 50, the 100. Now we can see this 20 actually coming down, crossing the 50. This is a very bearish move. So what I'm going to start is looking at this period, not initially jumping in, but with our candlesticks also crossing these, it's a good sign that there might be a small downtrend coming up. So once it crosses the 100 period, and then we have it followed by a couple of big red candles, this is a sign for me now to start thinking what I want to do. So I'm going to start a short position here, okay? So we're going to just say yellow's crossed the 50, crossed the 100. I have a distinctive big red candle, and I'll jump in on the next candle. So the start of the next candle was about here. Okay, now we need to look. So where are we going to set our stop loss? Our stop loss is going to have to be above where it kind of last peaked. So we set a stop loss in there of 1.38%. Okay, I kind of try stick it to 1% if we can. Let's just see how 1% pans out here. So there's 1%. Okay, and my take profit again for scalping, I tried to keep it as close to 2%, but let's just see. So it's 1 and 2. Let's see how that would have played out. And here we have it. So we would have made a profit here on this one because it never crossed the top line. Okay, so we can see a continuation of the downtrend. You can see this candle here actually crossed past our take profit position, and even if it didn't there, it would have came up here and it actually crossed it here a second, a third and a fourth time. It stayed down here and then would have came out. So that would have been a profitable trade for us. So that's a short. Let's see. Once we would have came out in that short, so I'll make that shorter because we would have made our profit here on the first one. So that was our first take profit. Excellent. Trade out. We've now no positions open. So now what we're going to be doing is looking for our next opportunity. Okay. Again, remember we're looking 3 to 4 trades a day. More the better. But usually these take, like that one there would have been 5, 10. You know, it could have been an hour and a half to do that. So now we're going to be looking for our next trade. So do we think it's going to be still down on the downtrend or an uptrend? Well, we're still going to be looking for our signs. So what we're going to be going back to is our, let's get rid of this. What we're going to go back to is our moving averages. So let's see what they're doing. So here's our 20. It's starting to go up, but it hasn't crossed our 50 yet. So I'd hold off. So we keep going over it and then it comes back down. Yeah, we see it here. It comes over. Now it's crossed the 50 at this point. And now this is starting to pique my interest. So we're having a look. So this is where I'm starting to get ready to see what we're looking at. So now it's crossed the 50, it's crossed the 100, and it's followed by a couple of big green candles. Okay, so this would have been an indicator for me now that we're in a definite uptrend. So I probably would have came in around this point, and then we're just going to line this up with a couple of our stock RSIs. Now we're not totally undersold. We were undersold down here. It's above the 50, kind of came back down. Now we're in around the 30 odd, the 40 mark. And it's coming back down again, okay? But still, I would have thought this as a nice big bullish move. Let's just see how it pans out. So we're going to look for a long position here. So definitely cross. Next green candle probably would have came in here. Now again, we're going to be looking for roughly 2%. And 1% here. So you're going to be looking for in here your risk reward ratio between 1.5 and 2. If you're in a particularly volatile market, I'd try to keep it to 1.5, which means you'd be lowering your take profit down here. So in a sideways market, I'd be lowering it down. In a definite uptrend or definite downtrend with cryptocurrency, a 1 to 2 is pretty normal because you can move a couple of percent in seconds, never mind days. So this would have been, I have to move it over to show you where. So this would have went on for about 2 hours, give or take, and we would have had a definite take profit here because then there was a definitive uptrend at this point, and we would have had take profit here. Never got anywhere near a stop loss. So there's a short, there's a long. Now let's just say you've done 3 of them a day, 3, 4 a day. Now you're not going to win every trade. That is almost guaranteed. I've never met anyone that ever has. So let's work out the strategy, okay? Now I'm going to make sure we put in the right details here so that we can get an accurate representation. So I'm going to say that you're going to start with $100, okay? And hope for a win rate of about 60%. So for every 6 you win, you lose 4. And as you've seen, I set up all the take profits there at 2% and the stop losses at 1%. Now we're looking for 100 trades. That works out about 3.3 trades a day for 30 days. And our leverage is by 5 on these, okay? Now the Bybit, we're using Binance. They don't actually have Binance in this one. They've only got Binance Spot. Binance is 0.02 and 0.04, so you'd actually get a little bit more out here. A little bit preferable. It's close enough that it will give us a rough strategy. And here we are. Here's our breakdown. So our win rate is 60%, 100 trades, 60 wins, 40 losses. We made $3,687. We lost $1,520. We paid $250. This will be slightly less again on Binance. So the total profit for this month, if we done 100 trades, would be $2,386. Now I'll show you there. There's our Binance future fees. So if you're in the USDM futures trading, it's 0.02 and 0.04 for makers and takers. That's how you can potentially earn over $2,000 in a month trading futures. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Catch you in the next one.